Hello everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and yes, don't panic, you are not on the wrong YouTube channel. This is of course Laura Albert's YouTube channel, and as you will know if you've been watching the last couple of her videos, she has got a bit of a cold throat infection. I'm not sure, but she's lost her voice and cannot voice over her videos. So we've all stepped in. You've heard Jess do one, you've heard Laura's awesome daughter do one, as well as her hubby, and now it's my turn. And I'll probably do a couple, I think, but I think Laura is on the mend, so good news, she'll be back with us shortly, I think. This video is actually for day 12 of Scraptember, so it was for a few days ago, but we're getting it up now. The prompt is cut file, so you can see here Laura has an older cut file that she's using as a template, so she's not using the cut file necessarily on her layout. You can see she's got her pokey tool and she is poking some holes, so I have not watched this through yet, but I'm going to assume she's going to do some stitching. So it looks like a floral pattern. She's got this black background paper, and you can see she's gone through, she's pierced all of her holes using the template there, and so I'm really excited to see this come together. As I said, have not watched this in advance, don't even know what this layout's going to look like at the end, so we're all going on this journey together. You can see she's got the multicoloured thread there, or floss maybe you call it in the US, we call it thread here, embroidery thread. You can see she is threading it through her needle there. Now these look like orange tones. You can sort of see the photos on the left there. I think they've got a bit of a Halloween vibe to them, but I actually think they are photos from Laura's oldest daughter's 15th birthday. So Laura's oldest daughter loves the gothic style and rainbows. What a combination. Amazing. Love it. And so that's what these photos are. So she's obviously gone the black background. You can see she's going the sort of ombre or multicoloured orange toned thread for the outside layer. I suspect she might do, she's got a different colour thread I can see there. So potentially there might be some different coloured threads happening. Let's see, shall we, when we all get there in the end together. And she's doing a chain stitch. I can see that. So there you go. Look at that. She has mixed her thread up. That's amazing. That thread is stunning, Laura. Great choice. She's got this gold, which I believe she is using for the centre of the flower, I think. For the centre shape, and I feel like she's probably going to fussy cut it out, but let's all watch together, shall we? Now, as I said, this is day 12 of Scraptember and 30 days of sketches. Of course, Laura's partnering with us, the Scrappy Sisters, for Scraptember. We've done it for a few years now, and we love this collaboration. So we have a prompt. Today's prompt is cut file. And then for 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, there was a sketch up for today. And yeah, so I think Laura is potentially using this sketch. It's a pretty easy one that could go in a number of different directions. So let's see, the sketch has 2 photos. I can see Laura has 2 photos. Let's just see where this takes us. Our special guest joining us today is Danny V, and her link will obviously be in the description box down below, but so will all the links for everybody else joining us. So we've got so many people playing along this month, and they will all be linked down below. Now, we're going to go, as I said, on this layout journey together. I'm going to try and tell you the types of things Laura would tell you, but as we all know, there is no one else like Laura making scrapbook content, and she is an amazing teacher, and I will do my best. But I suspect I will miss telling you all the important things that Laura often shares around her thought processes for her videos, but that's okay. Let's go through it together. So I can see Laura has kind of stuck her photos together. So I think Laura prints them out already with a white border. You could also achieve that if you wanted to by matting your photos on white cardstock, which is what I personally do, mainly because I never think to put my photos on a white border before I print them, and I send them off for printing. I know sometimes Laura prints hers, she's got a Canon selfie, so I know sometimes she prints at home. But you can see here she's creating some mats for her photos. So it is similar to the sketch. So look, I'm going to say she's using the sketch as inspiration. Let's just go with that. You can see she's created those mats for her photos. and that beautiful photo of her daughter in front of her cake. She's got large numbers now. I believe those are from Felicity Jane, and she's using her September stash kit. So if you watch her videos a lot, which I'm assuming you do because you're here watching this one, you will know that Laura loves creating stash kits, and she always makes videos here kind of explaining how she does that and really teaching you guys how to make kits from your stash as well. So if you haven't seen those videos from Laura, again, this is her channel, so I would be surprised if you haven't watched all of her content, but definitely go and check them out. She is using the 6x8 pad she used was Simple Stories School Life, and she's also got some Scrap and Happy Studio Epoxy Flare. I don't think she's added those yet though, and some various bits and pieces, as I said, from her stash kit. So she's just busy. You know what she does. She likes to layer up her clusters first, adding the big bits before she comes in with the little pieces on the top. You can see she's added in some stars there. Obviously she wants the photos to be the focal point, but again, that large number 15 is a great, I'm going to assume this is going to be her title, but let's just see how we go. I love watching Laura's thought process when I guess I can only see her physical process, but when she's layering up her embellishment clusters, it's great to watch. Now these are the Scrap and Happy Studio Epoxy Flare that she's adding. I think she only added two, one in the top right and one in the bottom left, I think, and she's got a lot of circle elements going on. So I love that kind of plays off the circle element in the flower as well, in her stitched floral, and also the gold that she's added to the middle. So you can see she's just working on her placement. She's popped a little label up in the top, which I assume is where she's going to do her journaling. I know Laura is big on adding journaling to all of her layouts. And she is coming in with, I guess, her signature scattering. She looks to be placing a sequin star in the little dips of the flower around each of the petals, which is cute. What a great touch, Laura. And now she's coming in with, now is she Nouveau? Yes. So this looks to me like white Nouveau, and she is going around creating a border around the gold centerpiece of her flower. Now what control! I am envious of your Nouveau drop control work there, Laura. I cannot for the life of me get my Nouveau drops to be that small, and also look that like the same. I was going to say perfect, but like they all look the same as each other. Can't think of the word right now. But very envious, Laura, and it's so cute, just that little touch. It really makes a lovely kind of contrast between the gold and then the stitching, and adds another element of texture too, which I love. So, as always, Laura, great addition. Great addition. I definitely think we are nearing the end. I don't know whether she'll come in with any splatters or anything like that, because often she does what she calls her controlled splatters with Nouveau, and then she has her splatters that she does with Mist. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see how she ends with her scattering and splattering. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how this is going to go. So that border is done. She's just touching up a couple of places around the edge there. So cute. She is adding her controlled splatters, as she calls it. Oh, and her gold Heidi Swap Colour Shine. Am I just making that up because that's what I use? It's a gold mist anyway that she is now adding. And I think she is going to have some close-up photos coming right at you. So thanks for allowing me to voice over, and we will see you in our next video. Thanks guys. Bye.